What's up, gentlemen? Back again with another video. Today is day 3 of post-nut clarity. So I'll say what I already knew, and this is going to trigger a lot of people, but that's how you know it's the truth. First of all, a couple guys have commented on my recent videos. One guy commented about prostate health. You need to jack off regularly for your prostate health every once in a while. He wasn't like against semen retention, but he was, it was the spiritual hocus pocus. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And so, he was like, semen retention is cool, it's good and all, but make sure for your prostate health, you jack off a little bit. That idea originally came from doctors, that wanted us to watch porn or jack off. They said 21 times a month was how many times you needed to ejaculate for your prostate health, which is absolutely excessive. That is extremely excessive. 21 times? God bless America. Could you imagine a man in his 50s ejaculating 21 times in a month? He gets a 9-day break, and that's it. Oh my God, he would be fucking destroyed. So, I'll take prostate cancer than feeling like a low-grade piece of shit all the time, right? I'd rather have prostate cancer. So, that's bullshit. Fuck that. That's just a justification for this guy's lust, right? And he's trying to spread it around to everyone else. There was another guy that said, what did he say? Oh, he said I was depressed, and that's why I relapsed. I needed to get the energy off. Bullshit. Bullshit. When I was a child, I was perfectly whole. When I was a teenager, I had more energy than I have today at 29 years old, and I was fine. Bullshit. Most people are lacking energy and they need more energy. Not they have so much energy they just can't control it. That's not the common case, right? You don't have so much energy that you're depressed. You lack energy, so you end up depressed, right? But people will do anything to justify their lust. They'll be very foolish like this to justify their lust. So foolish that people get married to justify their lust. People get in marriages out of lust. They stay in the marriage out of lust, and it's all just a pursuit of their lust at the end of the day. They'll never admit it, but it's fucking biblical. It literally says if you are full of passion, like the verse says something like, it's better to be alone. Like it's best to be like me. I think it was like Jesus that said it. It's best to be like me, but if you can't, get married, right? If you're full of passion, get married, which is most people. If we're honest, most people are full of passion and full of lust. I am full of passion, right? It's very obvious, especially when I get on these long streaks, it's very obvious that I'm full of passion and I need to get married, right? So I can get some of my lust out in that way, right? But that's still wrong, because I know damn well exactly how I am when I get in a relationship. I can't touch a girl. Like, I cannot touch my girlfriend. If I touch her and I kiss her and stuff, I get blue balls, like, fucking immediately. I get blue balls. So, when I get in a relationship, what do I end up doing? I end up fucking myself into depression. If I don't have a girlfriend, I just jack off into depression, right? It's the same either way. It's just a different, instead of me jacking off, I got someone else to do it for me, right? But it's the same fucking thing, that once this gets going, I can't stop it. And people will do anything and everything to indulge their lust. And here's the thing, there's levels to the game. right? There's levels to this shit. And the ultimate level is the complete renunciation of all lust. Do not lust at all, right? That is the most OG, awesome level you could be at, right? To just say, no, I don't lust at all. And that's the level I want to be at, right? Like, I've thought for years, how the fuck am I ever gonna get married? For years, I've thought, how am I ever gonna, like, explain to my wife, you know, like, I don't want to have sex with you regularly. It actually makes me feel shitty. And, you know, the conclusion I've come to is like, well, I'll just end up marrying a woman who's not very lustful. Like, I'll actually marry a woman who doesn't have a high sex drive. That's just how it's going to work, right? I won't be able to be with any other type of woman, right? Because I have a high sex drive. Napoleon Hill had his book, Think and Grow Rich, and he had his chapter on sex transmutation. And he said highly sexed individuals can become the most successful because they have this excess sexual energy, right? I'm one of those people. I always have been. People have always recognized it in me, right? My sexuality just kind of permeates the room. And I know that it's there. I'm aware of it. I'm not stupid anymore. And so, if I control it, I begin to control. I made a video on this. Control sexuality, control reality. If you can't control one of your base urges, like the food that you eat and your sexuality, there's no way that you can control anything around you. You won't have dominion over it. And there's a yogic book. What is the name of this book? It was written by a yogi. I cannot remember the name of this book. But basically, this guy explained the same thing that the Bible does, where he said, you lose touch with your true nature as God when you indulge your flesh. When you sin, right? He said the same fucking thing as the Bible. And this was a yogi saying this. And I was like, of course they believe the same thing. Of course. It's fucking true. If you constantly indulge your lust, you lose your ability to create as God himself. Right? That's what happened to me. I was a child who anything I wanted, I made happen. My father would brag that I had that ability. And it's because I was an innocent child. I didn't, I saw porn and jacked off and stuff, but I didn't like it. Like my brother and my friend one time took turns going on the computer and jacking off, and I wouldn't do it because it just felt wrong. So I had a little more innocence, right? I was the last one of my friends to smoke weed. I lost my virginity after my friends, all this stuff, right? And I had this ability. Well, next thing I know, I'm in my early 20s. Damn it, dude. I don't have control over anything. I've lost complete control over myself, my life, everything. I have no control over anything. And I'm losing my mind because of it, because I know that I lost myself. That's all it came down to, was I knew that I lost myself and I lost my power. I didn't know where it was. I didn't know why. I didn't know where it came from. I didn't know why I was sad all the time. Why am I depressed? Why don't girls look at me anymore? That was the shit at 22 years old that I'm wondering. I'm like, girls don't check me out anymore. Girls are not attracted to me anymore. Why am I sad all the time? Why am I tired at the gym, right? I'd lift weights and then go for a 10-minute run. And in that 10-minute run, I'd be so fucking tired. I started skipping the gym. Why am I skipping the gym? I've never done this. I never knew what was going on. I was watching porn more and more and more, jacking off more and more and more, and I was losing control more and more and more. And you have the ability to create things from your mind. You do it all the time, whether you know it or not. And the point is for you to put your lust away long enough that you can become conscious of this again, that you can remember again that you are in control, that you have the ability to create in your life, right? I started semen retention. I was celibate for a while in my early 20s, really my mid 20s, and all I dreamed of was a good job and a girlfriend. And then I wound up at 25 years old working in Nashville selling cars, where I made like $120,000 in 1 year right after COVID. And I had a girlfriend who was 20. I was 25, she was 20. She was in college. She lived in my hometown. And she would come to Nashville. She was conservative. She never dressed like a hoe, not even in front of me. She would do my laundry and she would clean my apartment. I'd come in. All my laundry would be done and folded, and it would smell delicious in my apartment because she would mop my floors, wipe down my counters, everything. I didn't have to ask her or nothing. She asked me, "Can I clean this place while you're gone?" While I would go to work. And I'd be like, "Yeah, of fucking course you can." And I didn't have sex with her. And I told her why. I explained to her, I don't want to have sex. Blah, 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 blah. One day we were on a hike and it hit me. This was all I wanted. Over the last couple years, this was all I wanted. It was a good job to where I was financially stable and a girlfriend. And I've got it. Right here. I was walking with her and I was telling her, I've got it. I created this. Right? And she was looking at me like I was a little bit crazy. Because everyone will tell you you're crazy if you say, I create my own life. Which is, they're the crazy ones. Because we all do it. If you're old enough, you'll look back. You'll be able to look back on your life and know, like, oh, I was dreaming of this. I created this. This is actually what I wanted the whole time. Like, I created this thing. And it just took a long time to happen. So the thing about semen retention is, if you really get rid of your lust, all the stuff that you want to create, first of all, you get more power to create, but it all starts to come a little bit faster. It accelerates everything a little bit. Same thing with fasting. These are spiritual practices. This is why the Bible talks about sin. When you sin, you fall from God. That's what they said, right? In yoga, they say you fall from your true nature, which is God, which is the creator. It's the same fucking thing. And people on here think that because I say Jesus and I talk about angels or demons, that I'm spitting some religious dogma. Dude, Jesus was anti-religion. He was anti-church father, right? That's where I'm at. I'm Catholic, dude, and the Catholic priest was up in my house a couple weeks ago, and I was asking him, what's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on that? And he knew damn well my ass was not up in that church. He knew damn well, all right? When I talk about Jesus, it's because these Jesus himself and the people that wrote the stories understood life very well. They were extremely wise. And they have tried to tell everyone. It's been told in the wrong way, don't get me wrong, but they have attempted to tell everyone your sin moves you away from God, which is yourself, which is your true nature as the creator, right? Doesn't everyone create their life? There's people that make awesome music, and they wanted the whole time to make music. That was their thing. They wanted to make music. Now they make music. Great music for everybody to listen to. And they impact the world that way. That's what they wanted to do the whole time. That was their dream. Some created that. Some didn't. Some failed somewhere along the way. Turns out, whether it's yoga, which is no religion, or it's Christianity, they said, hey, you sin too much. You sin too much, and you lost your nature with God. I'm saying the same thing. Semen retention taught me the same damn thing. The same damn thing, right? Self-revealed is on this. He knows. A lot of you guys know this. So, for you guys that are justifying, stop doing that. And definitely stop telling other fucking people it's okay, right? If you don't want to be a creator and you want to let other people run your life for you, fine, sure. Stop trying to bring everyone else down, because that's all it is, right? We are fucking retards. That's why I said retard relapser. We are retarded. Dude, animals, the beast, have more self-control than us, right? We continuously have sex, so much so that now we have pornography, digital, internet pornography, and we sit around jacking off all day, pursuing pleasure, pursuing lust, taking us away from our true nature, when animals have more control than us. They don't pursue endless sex for pleasure. We're supposed to be superior to these animals. We are. But we have to be pure. If we're not pure, we become less than the animals. Right? And don't point out the one person here or the one person there that did that, right? This is most people. Most people are moving more into poverty. Most people are losing control over themselves, their mental health, their physical health, their spiritual health, their own lives around them. Most people are losing control as everyone sins more, as drunkenness, drugs, alcohol, laziness, sex, all this stuff, caffeine, dude, nicotine, all this stuff is pushed onto everyone more and more and more, and it's easier and easier and easier to access, and we all are moving lower and lower and lower, and we're all moving into what? Globalist, right? Self-revealed was talking about it. He can see it coming. Everybody can see it coming. We're all moving into a place where we're going to be in global tyranny. And this is because of humans indulging constantly. So the people who know this stuff, they're the ones that are in control. They're the ones that aren't having hedonistic sex, but they're telling you 21 times a month to avoid prostate cancer. And they know damn well not to do that. They know damn well. And so they are the creators, and everyone else is their slaves. That's the world we're moving into. There's becoming less and less and less creators, and there's becoming more and more and more slaves. Because the slaves are slaves to themselves. They're slaves to their own passions and their own pleasures, right? And this is where I get on my Jesus shit, because it's like there is no space for the middle ground anymore, right? Your fathers and your grandfathers could sit in the middle and they could get drunk here and there, and they could have a bunch of sex with a bunch of different women, and everything would turn out okay, right? My father never controlled his lust. He destroyed his first family because he was apparently cheating on his first wife with my mom, right? And so here he is with 2 other kids from a different woman now. He got 8 fucking kids. 6 from the first, 2 from my mom. He never controlled his lust. He never got it under control. And he, honestly, The kids from his first marriage have never fucked with my father. They've never liked my father. And I can see it now. I can see why. My father never controlled himself. He never controlled his lust. He never practiced self-control. So my father is effectively, because we don't have much of a relationship now, my father has effectively fucked up 8 different children. It's terrible to say, but he fucked up 8 fucking kids because he never controlled his own lust. But he was able to do that. He was able to buy a house and have 2 wives and all these children and all this great stuff. But he fucked up the next generation, pursuing his own pleasure. Isn't that what's going on over and over and over and over again? And it's getting worse and worse and worse. So your grandfather and your father were able to do this stuff, but you don't get to because they got to have all the fun. And so now this global grip, squeezing down a little tighter, right? Prices keep going up. You have to keep working harder to never get ahead. Holy shit. Your soul, your energy is being harvested and given to everyone else, not yourself. So you have to go within yourself more. You have to sacrifice the physical more. You can't indulge your lust. You need to fast more. You need to meditate more. You need to get out of the world and into the spiritual more to break free from this shit and to break other people free. This shit is not funny. It's not a game anymore. The powers that be, the world, Satan, the evil that wants to enslave people, prison planet, is gripping down more. So you don't get to be lackadaisical, right? You don't get to be lukewarm anymore. The Bible already said it. You're either fully against it or you're going to be wrapped up in it, whether you want to or not. So make a choice. Make a choice. Either stop indulging your lust fully, full commit, or be lukewarm about it and get wrecked with everyone else. That's the world we live in. That's why I've been forced to this Jesus stuff. I didn't want to do it. I was a fucking atheist forever. I was an atheist forever. I gave no fucks. I was forced this way because of the world. The world kept fucking my life up. And I started meditating and digging within myself and saying, what is going on with me? What is wrong? And slowly but surely, I started realizing all this stuff. I fasted for 7 days when I was 24, 25. 7 days, no food. Trying to figure this shit out. What is going on with me? What's wrong with me? Why have I lost grip over my own life? I knew that wasn't normal. I knew I wasn't supposed to be controlled by other people. I have a terrible time working a job. Right now, I ain't got no work anymore. My brother's mad at me because he's doing the same shit that all jobs have done, where he's trying to control me. And he kept gripping down more and more and more over my life. Got to the point where I couldn't even ask a question about what we had to do for the next day so I could plan to record YouTube videos and do this, right? And he got mad at me for asking him questions. So I was just like, you know, he told me if I didn't want to work, I didn't have to. And I was like, fine, sure, yeah. Because you are controlling me more and more and more. Because his cup is empty. He's got to control me. I'm not even allowed to act, right? Don't question the king. It's that kind of thing, right? I'm not even allowed to ask a question. Hey, what time are we going to start tomorrow? I'm not even allowed to ask that question, right? He doesn't even want me to ask. Well, fuck you then. So now I ain't got no work. And my brother's trying to convince me that I can't get another job and make more money. Brother, I'm being paid less than I've ever been paid here. I got endless job opportunities. You try to put this fear on me. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I can make my money from fucking YouTube. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out. Fuck you. Right? You can't control me. And that's what is going on a large global scale. People are trying to convince you you need this, you need that, you need da-da-da-da-da. No, it's all within you. Bro, if I can't afford food, then I just won't eat. Because I know damn well that God is here. So if I don't eat and I stop giving my body energy and power, my spirit grows. And I'll manifest spontaneously. I'll manifest some fucking food somehow. I'll manifest a job and some money somehow. Don't know how, but I'll do it, right? People don't want you to do that. They don't want you to be creators. Satan does not want you to create. He's been stopping that the whole time so that we can live in the matrix. People want you to be controlled by your lust so you don't create. It is a lie. That's why this message is suppressed. That's why this message is suppressed by men and women, common people. Everyone you talk to in the world will tell you it's not true. Because they're pushing the satanic agenda and they don't even know it. And it's because they're controlled by it. Do not listen to these people. They are wrong. Reject. No, absolutely not. Untrue. Indulging lust destroys my ability to be the creator. That's the first way that you lose your ability. That's Satan's whole agenda, is to convince you that you are not special, that you are not the creator. Fuck you, right? That's the whole agenda. Because if you can convince someone that they're small, they're not special, and they're not the creator, then you can enslave them. Now they're beholden to you. Isn't that exactly what's going on? Right? So fellas, reject your lust fully, right? This is day 3 for me, and I realized that I don't have the ability to create like I did. Why don't I have the ability to create? I have more negativity inside my heart and inside my mind. I have more jealousy. I have more anger. I have more hatred inside me. I can tell when I'm walking around in public around other people. I'm less comfortable. I feel less safe. I want to lash out on other people more. I want to be a little more mean to other people. And that doesn't make me feel good, right? Because God's already in me. So your spirit gets off when you start sinning. You don't feel good. You don't feel right. You don't want to feel that way because you're truly good on the inside. Everyone's good on the inside. That's why you feel bad when you move away from your true nature. You don't feel good when you're sinning. You don't feel good when there's evil thoughts inside. And so you have to deal with that instead of just creating. You have to get that stuff out instead of just creating the good. First, you got to get rid of the bad. And then you end up stuck in this loop. You never get out of getting rid of the bad, get rid of the bad, get rid of the bad. Okay, things are good. Indulge lust. Get rid of the bad, get rid of the bad, get rid of the bad. Things are good. Indulge lust, right? This is the addiction cycle. Trying to get everyone addicted to something, right? The cell phones. Every time you get on your cell phone, you're consuming. You're not creating. Every time you consume, you do not create, right? So, you have to fully reject your lust. We don't live in a world where you can partially reject it. We don't live in a world where you can take peeks at girls in public. We don't live in a world where when you're scrolling through your phone and something pops up on your timeline to trigger you, that you can look at it. You have to get that stuff off of your timeline because it's always pushed on you, right? Do it. Make a commitment and tell me I'm wrong. Make a commitment to step away from your own lust and then come and tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that you can be lukewarm about it. Tell me that you can be in the middle. motherfuckers. Tell me that I'm fucking wrong. Tell me that I'm fucking wrong. Because you'll realize that I'm not. You'll realize, man, I overcame my lust. I don't watch porn anymore. I fixed up my timeline. It's all good. Then you walk out in public and see girls dressed the way that they dress. It's summertime. It's getting warm. And you see their ass out. You see their boobs out. And you start looking at them. And the next thing you know, 3 days later, you're on your phone watching porn. Tell me that you can be in the middle. Tell me with a straight fucking face. You can't. You can't. There is no more middle ground. Sometimes I wonder, am I just projecting my own lust? Am I just projecting my own lustful heart out here? And I'm like, no, I'm not. No. Because the people that say it's okay are lusting in private. Right? They'll say, oh, let the girls dress how they want. And they'll be peeking at the girls' bodies. They'll be on their phones, lusting, cheating on their wife in the bathroom, looking at their cell phone, telling everyone it's okay. Telling everyone else that it's okay. Dude, I had Christians telling me that. Just don't lust. That's what they were saying to me. Nick, just don't lust. I had to look at every single one of them. And they thought I was so arrogant. And I said, y'all are saying that because you don't have any temptations. Because women don't find you attractive, right? These are all guys who I know are jacking off or having sex with their girlfriend, right? And they're telling me, oh, just don't lust. Brother, the main guy, his girlfriend came around to visit him. She made a clear move towards me in front of him. Enough that they got in a fucking argument about it. And he was mad, and it started up right in front of me. And it was over me because this woman was into me. And I'm looking at him like, oh, you told me not to lust. And I told you, you had no temptations. And then your girlfriend did it. Your girlfriend proved it to you. Right in front of you. Proved what I was saying. You can't be in the middle. It is not possible in this modern world. Sexuality is pushed on us so fucking much. And people are so programmed to not believe that it's true that you can't be in the middle. You have to fully resist. You have to fully stand against it. I don't even like talking to women anymore, especially women in relationships, because I don't want them to lust after me in their heart. Get that shit away from me. I need you to be pure. Don't fucking look at me, woman. Do not lust after me, right? Don't objectify me. And one thing you'll realize when you start retaining, all the women are that way. They're all lustful. It's like you can't find a woman who is not lustful anymore, right? It's very difficult. She's out there. But you'll begin to realize 99% of them are lustful, right? You give up your own lust and they start lusting after you like crazy, trying to drag you down, trying to take from you. They don't love you. They're trying to take from you. It is satanic. It is to take your soul. I reject. So there you go, fellas. Have a good one.